Hey, I'm Mark Romanek. If you're in the market for a new fishing boat, I'd like to suggest a new model called the 166 Stealth Side Console. It's a great fishing boat for small inland waters and rivers. Check it out. I think you're going to like what this boat has to offer. The Stealth 166 side console is 16 foot 2 inches long down the center line, has a beam of 82 inches and a maximum horsepower capacity, 90 horses. You know, the Stealth 166 side console is a small boat, but it's got a lot of unique fishing features. I'm sitting on the raised casting platform back here at the back of the boat, and what I like about it is there's two seat-based configurations back here, so I could either fish on the port side of the boat or the starboard side of the boat, or if I wanted, I could bring two seats back here and two people could fish off this deck at the same time. It also has a nice feature that underneath, that's where your gasoline storage is going to be, and also where your cranking battery is going to store. The cockpit of the 166 Stealth's got a lot of room here. Of course, it's all vinyl on the floor, and I love that in a fishing boat because it's easy to keep clean. But there's 4 seat-based configurations here as well, so you actually can ride with 4 people in this boat. And then there's 2 storage compartments in the floor, one for your rod storage, and then back here by my feet is another storage for just odds and ends. The Stealth 166 has in-floor rod storage for up to 6 rods, and here on the port side of the boat there's another rod locker that you could store several more rods if you wanted. Also bulky items like life jackets are going to fit in here very nicely as well. So a lot of great rod storage in the Stealth 166 side console. You know, storage is an important thing in a fishing boat, and in a small fishing boat like the Stealth 166 it's really critical to use every square inch effectively, and that's exactly what's happening in this boat. Here on the starboard side there's a nice little storage box that I can open up, and there's a great room in here for all kinds of important items that you're going to want to have in your boat. Dock lines, things like life jackets, and even got these poles here that sit nicely to hold up your canvas when you're at mooring at dock. So there's lots of room here to store all kinds of odds and ends that you might not find in another fishing boat. I jumped up to the console here, and this console has got a lot of important features you're looking for in a fishing boat. First thing that jumps out at me is the gauges are really easy to see. They're up above the steering wheel here, so you don't have to worry about having to look through the steering wheel to see important gauges like your RPM and your speedometer. Also enough room up here for a graph, and this boat actually comes with an OEM standard graph here as well. You got your radio down here, so you got tunes while you're fishing, and all the toggle switches on this boat are all positive and lighted, so when you hit a switch, a light indicates so you can tell when you've got the switch on. Why is that important? Because sometimes you might turn on something like the bilge switch and forget that you've got it on. The light will remind you have it on so you can turn it off. So this is a really nice setup here on the console. I jumped up to the raised casting deck on the bow of the Stealth 166 side console, and it's really a good fishing platform up here. Like we mentioned before, we're talking vinyl throughout this boat. So vinyl on the floor is the easiest thing to keep clean. Let's face it, a fishing boat's going to get dirty, and vinyl is really easy to maintain. Underneath my feet, huge live well. You will not believe how big a live well you're going to find in this 16-foot boat. There's also other unique features up here, like for example, there's dry storage up here for the battery for your electric trolling motor. This boat also comes standard with an electric trolling motor, and that comes with a quick disconnect, which is really a nice feature because if you don't need that electric motor, you can take it off and you can stow it for other purposes. The Starcraft Stealth 166 side console is a great little fishing boat. If you want to learn more about this boat, I recommend going to starcraftmarine.com, or better yet, check one out at your favorite Starcraft dealer.